Welcome everybody to this video on how to set up two-step verification for your outlook.com webmail. Now this specifically relates to outlook.com webmail, not the Outlook program itself, but we're strictly dealing with webmail here. If you have an outlook.com email address, this is where we want to be. Of course, if you're using Hotmail or MSN, they are now outlook.com accounts as well. So the first thing we need to do is very important, first of all, to set up two-step verification because it's a second layer of protection on your account. If someone tries to log into your account from another computer other than the one that you've trusted, then they will be required to, in addition to putting in your password, to enter some other verification information. So they can't just get a hold of your password and log in. They need to have some other information as well. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we use Firefox for our internet instead of Internet Explorer because it's a little less prone to problems. So we're going to open up our Firefox browser and log into our outlook.com account, which we are already done so here. Up in the top right hand corner of the screen you should see your name. So if you click on your name and then come down and click on Account Settings, that will take you to the Account Settings page. The second item on the Account Settings page is Security and Password. So if we click on that, it may ask you to identify your account. If it does, that means it's looking for a code. You'll have to tell it whether to call you or text you a code. And then once you have verified that you are who you are, then it'll allow you to come to this protect your account page. Okay, 2/3 of the way down the page here we see the two-step verification section, and because it's not yet set up here, we need to set up the two-step verification. So we're going to click on the little blue link that says set up two-step verification. That brings us to the second screen here that talks about the two-step verification. Another thing to keep in mind is that the two-step verification only works for webmail. If you're using a smartphone or an iPad or a Windows phone, then you'll need to take an additional step and set up an app password. The app password works with the apps because those other devices and those other apps don't support two-step verification codes. Okay, so in order to set up the two-step verification, we're going to click on Next. That'll take us to the next screen, and it says if you have a smartphone, we recommend that you get an authenticator app. And if you do have one of those other devices, then you'll need to make a selection here and hit Next, and that'll walk you through getting the authenticator app. For now, since we're strictly dealing with the webmail, we're going to hit Skip. Now once we set up the two-step verification, you may have some trouble getting into your email on these other devices. So you do want to make sure that you get the authenticator app set up for your other device. Okay. For now we're going to skip it. Okay, how else can we verify your identity? So when somebody puts in your email password for this particular account on another computer, they will have to then verify by some other way. So to finish setting up this account, we need one more way for it to be verified. So we're going to use our other email address in this case, and we're going to hit Next. Now what that does is that there's going to be a code sent to our other email address. So we're going to go to that other email address, retrieve our code, and once we get that code, we're going to enter it into this box, and we're going to hit Next. Now oftentimes it does take several minutes to get the other code in, so it may take a little bit of time for it to come into you. Just have to be patient. Oftentimes when they're texting you, it comes through a little bit quicker, but in other cases you have to wait. So in order not to tie up this video waiting for the setup to complete, all you want to do is make sure that you enter in your code, hit next, and complete your two-step verification. Now when you're done completing the two-step verification, as always, we want to make sure that we sign out of the account. Anytime that you log into an account, you want to make sure that you log out of an account. So whether it's your email or your banking, anytime that you sign in, you want to make sure that you sign out. So in this case, we're going to go up to our name and hit sign out. So again, it's very important, number one, to set up the two-step verification, number two, to sign out anytime you sign in. Okay, that completes our video tutorial on how to set up two-step verification for your Outlook webmail.